President Biden's address also came just hours after word of a ceasefire and hostage release agreement between Israel and Hamas to halt more than a year of fighting in the Gaza Strip. The deal comes after a week of intense negotiations mediated by Qatar, the U.S., and Egypt. The news was met with both relief and concern from family members of the hostages.
It's like a roller coaster. I'm not breathing right now. We don't know if they're on the list, if they're gonna come back in the first phase, if they're alive. If not, we actually don't know anything, so it's scary. It's scary.
The ceasefire deal has inspired cautious hope among some here in Pittsburgh who've been watching every new development. KDKA's Ricky Sayer joins us now with reaction from members of the city's Jewish community. Ricky.
Yeah, the grand hope here is this deal could be the spark that leads to everlasting peace. That word hope is something we heard over and over again today.
It's the news people on all sides of the conflict have waited more than 500 days for.
It's been agonizing on a number of levels.
A ceasefire deal finally reached to bring the hostages held in Gaza home. Hope, but not certainty.
Relief for the hostages that are trapped, released for the innocent Gazans.
Hopeful, very hopeful and optimistic.
Hopefully the bombing will stop. Hopefully all of this works out.
I'm cautiously optimistic.
Jewish Federation of Greater Pittsburgh CEO Jeff Finkelstein says history's shown him deals like this can fall apart.
We pray that it's the beginning of a time of peace.
One where he says members of his community don't have to worry as much about their family and friends in Israel. He told us he's made trips to Israel and spoken to the family of hostage Alon Ohel.
I promised his parents that when he is released, I am flying to Israel for the party with them. That would be the greatest thing ever.
It's then that cautious optimism becomes joy.
The Israeli people deserve to live in security. The Palestinian people deserve to live in security. And this deal makes that a whole lot more likely than it was yesterday.
Darren Lowenberg says he spent the past year frustrated when people make assumptions about his views because he's Jewish.
Even though I believe in Israel's right to exist, I would call myself a Zionist. I don't agree with the policies of the Israeli government right now. I will happily and openly critique them.
Temple Sinai Rabbi Daniel Feldman says Lowenberg's not alone and that he believes most American Jews hold similar views.
I hope that going forward, American Jews can begin to speak out and say Israel needs to return back to its vision of a Jewish state that gets along well with its neighbors, that trusts its neighbors, that isn't led by one leader who's going off half-cocked in his own direction to save his own soul.
Finkelstein noted that not everyone will be celebrating, saying that in many cases hostages have died and their bodies are what's going to be coming home. Reporting live, Ricky Sayer, KDKA-TV News.